I still remember when I used to play in my first academy, there was not even a single girl. I want to win matches for India. I just don't want to play for India. I want to win matches for India. Anytime anyone comes against my team, I really take that in my heart.
Hello and welcome to the CricketNext YouTube channel. Today we have with us a very special guest, Niki Prasad. She is India's Under-19 captain and recently led the team to the Asia Cup title. She will now aim to do the same at the World Cup in Malaysia. First of all, Niki, many congratulations for your selection and for getting the captaincy as well. How are you feeling and are you excited?
Yes, I'm definitely happy and really excited for this tournament, for this thing, because I've been waiting for this for a very long time and it's right here and I'm really excited and I just want to give my best.
Yeah. So I just want to start with your journey, and can you talk about your first cricket memory, how it all started?
So, I think I was just when I was a young kid, I had a cousin brother, so I used to just go with him in the playground and go play cricket. And also, I used to play with tennis ball initially, but then later on, I started playing with the leather ball as well. And that's when I told my mom and my parents about it, and they joined me in the professional academy. And from there on, the journey started. Started going to the academy, playing, attending the selections, getting selected, and yeah.
Yeah. So the academy is nearby your home, and you used to travel alone, and someone used to help in your family.
My mom used to travel with me.
Okay. And how is your mom has been the biggest support for you in your cricket journey, or how have your family members helped?
My mom is definitely the biggest support in my
Yeah.
cricketing journey, and my parents, my sister, everyone throughout my cricket journey, they've been very supportive. And my
Mm.
mom, she used to travel with me wherever I used to go for my matches, and whenever I used to play any, even for the practice session, we used to wake up early in the morning. She used to prepare breakfast for me, and we used to have and then leave to the academy, then come back, go attend the school, and then she's been there always.
She must have seen your passion while growing up about sport, and yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, please
She's
continue.
seen my cricketing passion, and that's why she's always been supportive.
Yeah. And how did who were your early coaches, and how was the experience of just getting to the academy? Maybe were there other girls, or were you playing with boys initially, or did you start playing? There were separate teams for girls as well.
So initially, when I started playing, there was no girls team in any of the academies as far as I remember. So I used to play with the boys. So I was pretty young, so we used to play with the under 14, under 10 boys, under 12 boys. It started with the under 10, and then gradually went to under 12 boys, under 14, under 16. And I still remember when I used to play in my first academy, there was not even a single girl. And after 2 years, when I joined another academy, is when I saw two, three other girls playing in that
Yeah,
academy.
yeah. Did you always wanted to be an all-rounder, and who were your early idols?
I I always loved batting, but I then started bowling off spin as well. I've heard stories where people say that they started bowling pace and then turned to a spinner, but I've always been an off spinner. And
Right.
when I started my journey in cricketing, I used to see Rahul Dravid, and I didn't
Yeah.
know much about the women's cricket. But when I started playing, I used to see Rahul Dravid because he was a very big thing for the Indian team back then and for the Karnataka as well. So
Mhm.
later on, when I started watching a lot of women's match videos, is when I realized there's Mithali Raj, the legend, and that's when I started following her as well.
Right. And so how difficult was it to miss out on the last T20 World Cup? And what was its impact on you? And what did you make of it? And how did you get up from it?
I think not being part of the first under 19 World Cup did make an impact on me, um, but I was grieving for a while. I was upset about
Mhm.
it, but then that impact was a very positive impact on me, and I made sure that this setback is should be a learning for me, and I need to really improve myself and start working really hard because nothing comes easy. you
Right.
have to go through failures, and that's when I realized ki this is a step for me to grow higher. It is this is nothing that is pulling me back. This learning everything is just going to make me grow higher, and that's when I started working a lot on myself. And I'm here, and I want to go, and I want to still continue working really hard, and I want to win matches for India. I just don't want to play for India, I want to win matches for India.
Exactly. So, was there any specific feedback you got from selectors or from coaches, and did you work on any specific thing with your coaches?
Yeah, so I did get feedback saying ki maybe I need to improve my strike rate and all of that, and I did look at it, and I did see my videos, I did watch my scores and all of that, and I did realize ki maybe there is certain things I need to improve on, and that's what I did during my off season, and I think I've gotten a little better at it.
So, do you now see it as a kind of a blessing in disguise that it happened and now
Yes.
you have improved?
Yes, I am really happy that it happened
Yeah,
then, because if it didn't, then I wouldn't have been in this position. So good
exactly.
it happened. That is a learning, and as and I want success, but I also want that failure because I want to learn and I want to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is another story from 2022. I think this is some Ananya Upendran, she works with, I think, Delhi Capital. She told it on a YouTube channel that uh, when you were playing for India C, there was some team that challenged you that no, you are not good enough, and your team took it very personally, and you won that tournament. Do you remember that story? And can you talk about it?
India's C team. That I think that's the challengers team,
Yeah, Challenge
and
Trophy. Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember much of that conversation, but maybe if it did happen, and obviously, anytime anyone comes against my team, I really take that in my heart, and I really want to prove everyone wrong and make my team win, and I want my team on top. So that's what we did, and we won that Challengers Trophy as well.
Yeah, I think is that something like very personal to you that you like that you when someone tells you that you can't do something, you want to prove them wrong.
Yes, I definitely like when someone goes against me because that gives me more confidence, that gives me more motivation to do much better.
Yeah. So how have these 2 years been like from 2022 to 2024? What has been your daily routine? How have you been working? How have you reached this stage, that this great year?
So, yeah, so definitely the last 2 years there has been a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of learnings. And I've also learned that you need to always stay humble and down to earth, and nothing is going to come easy to you. And so the last 2 years I've worked really hard, and you can't skip any practice session unless and until your body is really tired, or you're very sick. But that's what I've learned, ki never miss your session. You always need to stay one step ahead, and that's what I've always been doing. And from the past 2 years, my training sessions and everything, food, routine, mindset, everything, I've started making journal. I started writing journal, and doing all of that, because if you do that, that's when you know what you're learning and what level you are at. So that's the
It's
journey from
a
the last 2 years.
it's a journey full of discipline, I think, because if it's you have to be consistent every day, and that's the only way it works for the highest level.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, speaking about your journey and your routine, two things from whatever I have watched in your game, two things very stand out for me. Firstly, it's the range of your batting shots. You play all around the ground, which we don't see usually in age group cricketers. And secondly, how powerful is your back foot game? You have seen you hit sixes from off the back foot. How can you tell me about your coaches who have worked, and how have you developed in these things?
So from the last 2 years, I've been training with a coach called Vinayak sir, and also I go to academy called Just Cricket. So uh, especially Vinayak sir, he's made sure that I do a lot of power training, power hitting, and really powerful batting. So he's really worked on my bat speed and how to hit the ball really hard. And obviously, they say कि you need to time the ball and hit, but he's made sure with the timing I have a lot of power. So I've had a lot of hard training sessions, a lot of hard skill sessions under the sun, and also when I go to JC, when I go to Just Cricket, they make sure that I get the turf wicket and I bat over there. I play the bowlers, and that's the training been like for me in the batting, where I just need to hit the ball really hard. So when I go to the matches as well, if I see any loose balls or if I see any short balls, I just need to make sure that it goes outside the ground. So
Exactly. That's a very good mentality to have even now with everything in T20s, T20 cricket, WPL, everything. That's what you need to. Yeah. So about the Asia Cup journey, there were a lot of clinical wins. Even in the final, it was the first inning score didn't look that big, but you managed to defend it. What stood out for you in your team and in your campaign?
I think the main thing what we had in the Asia Cup was how our team was really united. And I give this credit to our support staff because they've made sure that each one, everyone knows what others' strengths are, what the plans are of other players. So even the batters knew the plan of their bowlers, and the bowlers knew the plan of the batters. So we had that communication, we had that bonding, we had that unity, and that's when we were on the field, we knew what we had to do as a team. So that is one thing which really stood out compared to the other countries, I feel.
Right. And what is, if you had to describe it, what is your captaincy philosophy? How do you like to be on the field, and how do you like to be in a communication with the team? And what are your ideals of in a good captain?
Um, so I I see Harmanpreet Kaur a lot, and I idolize
Yeah.
her. So I
Okay.
see her. She is very calm. She's very clever, is what I feel. And I haven't spoken to Harmandi yet, but in future maybe I would like to speak to her about captaincy and everything because I really look up to her. And even when I'm on the field, I try and make sure that my team is calm in every situation. And I know that players will always be nervous, excited, and everything, but I just make sure that my team is always calm on the field, and they just need to be in one direction and know what to do. So that's all I do when I'm on the field as a captain.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what you will like to take forward to the World Cup as well? And or
Yes,
is that
definitely.
Yeah. So I'm saying the conditions in the Asia Cup could be similar. You can find similar conditions in Malaysia. Did that help in that way? And did you like to take the similar strategies forward to the World Cup as well?
I think we've already played in Malaysia. We've already played in that ground, and that ground is going to be like a
Yeah.
home ground for us.
Yeah.
So we are quite familiar with the weather, with the atmosphere, with the ground, with the pitches now, and I feel that is we are one step ahead. We have that advantage, and
Yeah.
obviously there are going to be a lot of change in plans and a lot of other plans because now we are not just competing with any Asian teams. We are competing with different teams. There's going to be England, there's going to be Australia. So our plans are definitely going to change, and we're just going to make sure that whatever plan it is, we're going to execute it on the field.
Exactly. So, did you watch the WPL auction? And what was your reaction? Where were you? And what are you most excited about Delhi Capitals?
Uh, so I was watching the auction, and so there was this one girl, Kamalini, and she
Yeah.
was with us, and we were watching her auction, and she went up to 1.8 CR, and all of us very excited. But then I just went to my room, and I was just sitting writing my diary, and that's when my friends came and they told that your name came up, but you went unsold, and I said it's okay. And then again during the later phase, we started watching the auction again, and that's when in the last stage of the auction my name came up and DC picked me, and my teammates were very very happy for me. All of them congratulated me. Other girls also came to my room running, and everyone were very happy, and they're very excited for all three of us because there was another girl, Joshita. She also got picked by RCB, and when you see ki such a good team has picked you, you get a lot of confidence. Because DC, I feel, is one of the best teams in WPL. They have like the best players, and it's going to be a good opportunity for me, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm just gonna go out there and express myself and show what I can do. I'm very excited to be part of DC.
Right. Are you looking forward to learn from Meg Lanning as well?
Yes, I love her batting, and I love Madison Cap as well. I've seen her bowling, I've seen her attitude, and I'm definitely gonna ask a lot of things from them and not stay quiet. I'm gonna learn a lot of things. I love Jemima's fielding, her batting, and gotta have conversation with her as well.
Absolutely. That's what you have to do in the first season. Just talk to everyone, take all the information you can, and
Yeah,
improve.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So just a final question. Obviously you have worked with Nisarg, and I just saw that he had tweeted in 2023 that you would be the captain in 2020, for the 2025 edition. And so how has his role been in your life, and how off the field, on the field, how has he helped you?
So the first thing I heard from him after I didn't get selected for the last year World Cup was that I just know that you're going to lead the next World Cup, and I am sure that you will win the World Cup for India in the next edition. And he's been there. He's seen my journey since 2 years, and he's also given me good positive criticism and told me that this is what you need to improve on. This is what others are saying. This is what the people are saying, and the coaches and everyone, and you need to work on this. And he's also helped me in a lot of things, and he's always like looked after me from the past 2 years. So he's been a great support for me throughout the last 2 years journey, and I'm also under him now, so it's going to be a good journey from here on.
Yeah. So now that's the goal, winning the World Cup.
Yes, winning the World Cup for India, that's the goal.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Nikki. And this was it for me. And many, many congratulations once again, and very, very best of luck for the future, for this tournament, and also for the WPL.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.